Welcome to the Immaterial Gamers Podcast.
And there we have it. There's our thing. Hello and welcome to the Immaterial. What does Ryan call this anymore?
The
Immaterial's
Immaterial Gamers
podcast
podcast or
and
videocast or
podcast.
vidcast. Ooh, look! My before my screen was very like blue or sort of very orange and warm. Now it's very blue and cool. It's like brings out the blue in my eyes.
That's because you're losing the plot, and
I've also moved
you're killing people. You're killing
I've also
people.
moved my thing, my output to my main monitor, so I look slightly more normal now. I don't look like I'm staring off to the distance. I'm just kind of look a little bit down.
Well, let's introduce the room, shall
I
we?
could move my webcam to the middle of my screen, then I look really normal. I'm staring directly at you. Hi.
No,
See, the issue I have with this is when I'm speaking, I want to look at me, and I'm there, so I look down slightly.
Yeah, that
I
does
thought you-
happen.
I have Craig at the bottom, then Steph, then I'm in the top right. Duncan's top left for me.
Yeah, it'll be different for everyone. Steph, why don't you introduce the room while I go close my window?
Okay. Well, the one who just left is Duncan.
Mm-hmm.
Well, see now it's my recording. Right here is Duncan. Right here is D.
Okay.
And there's me, your host for this week, for almost everything this week.
Yeah.
Me, Stefan.
Yeah. Yay.
So I do have word that we will be joined by someone. I don't know when.
We'll see.
Mystery
Or
guest.
if it is actually going to happen. If it doesn't happen, I will. I know where he lives. I'll go get him later.
He may be eating.
He normally is. We know what we did to Ryan last time, and if he doesn't turn up, but right, if for all our listeners out there or viewers, Ryan's taking some R&R.
He's he's been hitting it hard. You know, I mean, he's been at this for 2 years straight, carrying the whole organization on his back. It's like, take a weekend off. That's probably fine.
He's taking a weekend off, and almost a week's worth of videos are being made within that weekend.
He's like a successful manga artist, you know. He's just like, I'll work for 20 years straight, and I'll just take like a week off. That'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
No, it's like Wait, have we got Okay, we'll talk about that later. Actually.
So I'm gonna start with this side of the room for me.
So
with Duncan.
Okay.
Get my belt off.
Who's slightly concerning me that he's now took a belt off. I'm hoping he still has pants on.
I was thinking about changing into like pajama pants, but I think I'll just stick to jeans for now.
Go all on, come on.
Just
the one
just
danger
top
about the
half
video
suit.
cast, if this was just an audio podcast like it was when we started, I could just switch into like a pajama pants and you wouldn't even know. Now I can't do that. I gotta like all right, no look.
Pause.
Wearing my stepfather's Star Wars t-shirt today. Bam.
I'm wearing the ingredients to the human body.
I'm red versus blue. I'm starting to be slightly concerned because every time we do a podcast, I'm always wearing a Rooster Teeth shirt or some sort of Austin-related shirt. Strangely enough.
Careful, people are gonna think that you like Rooster Teeth soon.
I like Achievement Hunter.
I think I saw.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Achievement Hunter is the only thing I like.
Lately, Rooster Teeth, I'm very like with.
So Duncan,
for a lot of reasons, but for Achievement Hunter, yeah, they're good.
Seeing that we've just kind of gone way off point.
What have you been playing this week?
Yeah, what have you been playing?
Oh yeah, I should probably point out. In case you haven't noticed, you probably haven't because you gotta have a viewership to have noticed. I haven't been here for like 2 months because ever since summer started, pretty much I've been on a schedule where I work on a day that we normally record. So I haven't been here for a while. So I've played a lot of things, and I've also played nothing. I can't remember what. I guess I've been getting back into Fire Emblem 3 Houses, but I don't know if I talked about that before or not. I mean, I have talked about the game before, like when it was newer. I was talking about it. And that was.
How are you and Andrew doing with that anyway?
We're getting back into the swing of things. We've released a couple more parts of our Fire Emblem Three Houses playthrough, and it's now in alternation with Persona 5.
Mhm.
So that's been a lot of fun. Oh, I know what I'll talk about. It's a game that is being recorded but won't be released for some time yet. I've
Okay.
been playing with my sister, Danganronpa
Ooh.
V3.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
tell us a bit about the game.
Is it?
So
Sorry, is it still Monokuma? I take it.
yes, it's Monokuma and the Mono Cubs, which are like
Ugh.
his kids or whatever. They're awful mostly. Pretty much just skip every line of dialogue they have because everything they say is either nonsense, obnoxious, or just legitimately uncomfortable. Like, why did you write this? Why did you put that in their game? Uh,
Just give it to someone. It's like, hey, just be obnoxious. Go for it.
the best Monocub is the one that doesn't talk. But then that's a real statement. So yeah, basically, Monokuma Danganronpa is a sort of, it's kind of a point and click adventure slash puzzle game. Kind of in the vein of, the closest comparison point I can make would be like an Ace Attorney game,
Hmm.
where there's sort of this melodramatic story going on about some murder or some crime, and you
Mm.
have to solve the mystery
Is it
of
anything like
who
the
done it.
first two?
Sorry.
Is it anything like the first two?
Yeah. As far as I mean, I've watched a show of the first one, so I know the story of the first one. I haven't seen much of the second one, so I can't really say that I know much about it. But I know the basic structure is the same.
Oh, okay.
The story is, you're a bunch of teenagers all with special, unique talents. You're trapped in a situation, and you're basically told you have to kill each other to escape. If you get away with murder, you can leave. If you don't, then you die.
Statistically by Duncan Rumper.
So that's
Ironically.
that's pretty much the situation for every game in the series.
Yeah. It's like what was it? The ultimate baseball player got battered to death. Or something daft. The ultimate chef got freaking cooked in a
Yeah,
volcano.
yeah, it's a whole thing.
It's like
More to the point, the actual gameplay aspect of it is, there's a murder and you have to go find clues, and you have to apply those clues at the right time in the right way at the trial to progress. It's kind of like half point and click adventure mystery puzzle game, half like
Ace Attorney.
visual novel type game.
It's a bit all over the place, but it's kind of fun.
It's a little all over the place. I will admit.
Okay, I need to stop clicking stuff on my other screen. Because right now you've had my Steam list come over you. You've had my friends list also came over you. So I do apologize for that
Well,
inconvenience.
none of
I
that's
should have
getting
moved that.
recorded, right? So
I should have moved everything. No, it actually is. I'm just recording this one screen. My
I've
main
become
monitor.
your Steam friends list. Oh no, that's so sad.
No,
I'm sad.
I'd be happy to say. I'm assuming you have a roughly same setup as me because I have you there, Dan there, and the friends list appeared here on this side.
No.
Okay.
So it didn't cover anyone up, but the Steam library kind of did for a split second.
Yeah.
I got rid of that one a lot quicker.
I'm using a pop out instead of the just the regular Discord.
I'm using
Images are
the
slightly bigger
yeah.
now.
I'm using the pop out as well. So
Okay. So anyway, Danganronpa. It's I've beat the first trial,
Okay.
which was, it was a bit of a bang my head against the wall type of situation where I was like, okay, what am I supposed to say here? Scroll through the list of 37 clues that you have. It's like, that one. Nope, that's not it. Maybe this one. Nope, not that one.
You have
It's
to
it's
it's
difficult.
basically it depends on how much you've explored and whatnot. Because normally there is some kind of clue somewhere else. A little bit.
Mm,
You know,
yeah,
because the first one was in the school and you explore the school.
yeah, and what was I gonna say? it's interesting. I don't know how much I want to get into spoilers about the story or anything.
Hmm.
Because the first trial actually does have kind of a big spoiler. They do something in the third game that they don't generally do in
Okay.
these games, or really any game for that matter.
Hmm.
It's an interesting ploy. It's clever. What do you
Okay.
think, Steph?
What?
Spoilers, no spoilers for my
I can't
game.
remember.
Let's put it this way: we're going to put spoiler alert. We'll put a timestamp here if you do not want to see them, so you
Yeah.
can jump. Hopefully, our editor knows how to do that. I don't know if they do.
Okay, so
Or
with
skip to the number that's going to appear in the middle of your screen right now.
there you go.
Either
Okay.
one. I'm sure you can do one of them.
And 3, 2, 1. Okay, so what ends up happening is at the end of the first trial, you find out that your protagonist is actually the murderer, the one who's responsible for the first death.
Okay.
Uh, it's kind of an accident. Like you were trying to kill like the mastermind, like the guy who's in charge of the whole thing, and you thought, with this brilliant setup, I will be able to catch them unawares, and we'll all be able to go free. And it turns out that she accidentally kills another one of the classmates by accident,
Oops.
and the whole trial becomes you switching to another character, and then as that character, basically trying to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that yes, your other protagonist is the killer. Nobody wants to because everyone likes her. She's like a nice person, and they know it's not her fault.
Hmm.
But like, they still have to be like, yeah, you did it.
Yeah, because if you
You know?
don't, then
Because
everyone
because you
dies.
get it wrong, everyone else dies. I'm bull blurry.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was kind of interesting. It was a nice nice little twist. Apparently, there's more twists to that on top of that twist. So I don't know.
Yeah, it will be.
I don't know much about the game, the story. So that's as much as I know so far. So
Normally, it
end
just
spoiler.
throws. Normally, it just you get like so far through, and it's like, you never know quite
There's
exactly what it's
always
going to give you.
there's always something more to it. So yeah, that's the end of that spoiler, and that's pretty much the end of my discussion. It's been fun, and there will be a video related to that
At some
at
point.
some undetermined point in the future. Me and my sister are working on that together. It's sort of a secret, not so secret project.
it's a secret project. Shh, don't
it'll be
tell
the first
anyone.
it'll be the first project that she edited herself, in theory, when she does it.
Hmm.
So it'll be interesting.
Fair
So
enough.
yeah, moving on.
So, see now, all the viewers now that didn't want that spoiler, welcome back. And the people who have, the next person will be D.
Okay.
I'll use them as a puppet. So, D, what have you been playing?
Not a lot. I played a little bit of Please Don't Touch Anything, but we already talked about that. We've been playing GTA, haven't we?
I'm slightly concerned that
Haven't we?
Duncan's trying to send a message out to all our deaf viewers.
Death viewers, all of our death viewers. What does
That-
that
that- that-
mean?
They,
Deaf.
they,
Explain.
they're deaf.
Ow.
They can't hear us, but your sign language you can get behind.
Oh, deaf. Oh, you did the
Yeah.
British thing where the th turns into an f sound, and I'm like, okay, what is it? Deaf or death?
Deaf.
But yeah,
They are deaf.
been playing.
They're not deaf, like Deaf himself.
With a fucking scythe. It's just like, what if you're deaf and deaf? Like, it's deaf. Is deaf deaf? I wonder.
But yeah, it's not really been playing too much new. It's just been that Please Don't Touch Anything and like GTA and stuff with you guys.
So there must be something you've been doing. Let's think.
We already talked about Taylor's Principle. Played it.
Let's talk about please don't touch anything a bit more, because when I actually spoke about it last week, I actually hadn't played it as much, and I know for a fact you've been playing it just as much as me recently.
I've gotten through quite a bit of it. The last few puzzles I just looked up in the end
See,
because I had
still
like 3 left.
I still haven't got them all.
And then I restarted the game.
Duncan's like, I don't know what they're on about.
Oh, Please Don't Touch Anything
Just put stuff in the chat.
Please Don't Touch Anything is a puzzle you get given a button, and it's like, don't touch it, and then obviously you touch it and try and do various endings. There's 30 endings in total, isn't there?
I believe there is 30 endings, and the 30th ending does not become available until you've done all
you got the
29.
29. Yeah, it's really just blasé, the ending, the 30th ending. It's like, really?
Not worth the wait. Not worth
It's one of those, it's like,
build
you've
up.
gone through the apocalypse, you've gone through dinosaur uprising, whatever. You've gone back in time, forward in time. And he goes, oh, that button just... Shall I say it or not? What the ending is?
What, the full 30th ending, or
30th ending.
no? Because I'm still playing it.
Okay.
That
But yeah.
I'm gonna go. There's a spoiler for everyone, and I'm just gonna walk away.
There's a spoiler for everyone, and then he works away, and then Steph takes off his headphones, and he's just like, "Is it over? Oh shit, I can't hear you."
But yeah, it's...
We'll have to send you a text to be like, "Okay, you can come back in now."
Well,
And then you put your headphones on, and Dan's just like, "And that's how the protagonist dies." I'm like, "Oh, no."
Yeah, but no, it's just basically you start the game. There is actually an achievement for completing the game and then starting it all over again. So
Duncan's looking at Amber, and Amber's looking at Duncan. There's so much that goes on within Duncan's like one video.
yeah.
Let's look at this a bit more. I'll zoom in on Duncan, and then you can see Amber a little bit more. Look. There's always so much. And
I wonder if I
yeah,
can make more orange.
I swear to God, Duncan's just tries making everyone feel jealous about it.
Oh, Amber. Heyo.
I love the fact she loves the attention, but but the way she looks when you pick her up, it's like, I don't like this.
It's getting old, It's a little tough to get in the position, but once she's here, it's like, well, isn't this nice?
Because I've already mentioned CFP, isn't I, and stuff. So
yeah.
But yeah, I like my favorite one is that crossover that it did into Stanley Parable.
Oh, the Stanley ending.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, you told me about it. I was like, hi, Stanley.
For all of you people who don't know about the Stanley Parable, it is a game
where you go and repeat constantly.
Yeah, it's was Stanley one the one you start in the office and you work?
Yeah, you work in the office.
Yeah, you start in an office, and it's sort of like you have like a narration telling you what you're supposed to do.
Yes.
But the whole point of the game is that you do everything you can to, as you don't listen to it and just do your own thing and just explore.
But and the narrator will get like angry with you and whatnot.
At least there's no achievement in this to play the game in 7 years' time. I'm sure I actually got that achievement legit.
But yeah,
seeing that to get it, what they wanted you to do was change your time and date on your computer. I was not doing that. I force it to my internet time. So unless Big Ben wants to jump me 5-7 years into the future first, I'm not doing it.
Big Ben.
Yeah.
My God.
English time goes off Big Ben, and every so many years, Big Ben gets slightly rewound because he loses. Oh no, he's took forward because he's
Isn't Big
over
Ben
time
the
he
bell
loses.
though? And then you have like
Big Ben is yes, it is the bell.
And then you have then you have like the clock tower that Big Ben
all
is
closed off. It's closed off at the moment, isn't it? Because you're getting rebuild. Or is it maintenance or whatever for the next?
No idea. I don't know. I don't really care.
He got shut off. His bell's not been ringing for the next while.
So, in other words, we found out how to master time. England is part of the Time Lords, and we've mastered time. So Big Ben has never rang for like let's say 2 years now. So we're still in 2 years in the past.
So what you're saying is that you've stopped time, and that will never progress.
Yeah. Not until Big Ben gets repaired.
That's not bad. I don't mind being. I'm in my mid-20s forever. That's a pretty good time to stop.
But yeah,
just wait till we put Ben back. Just let us put Ben back on.
And then you'll all like catch up on all the years that you've been missing, and all suddenly it takes like 30 years.
Fast forward.
Oh, but like
the best thing is what
Hair
you
falls
don't
out.
know is you don't like do it. It just like you'd be sat there, and the next thing you know is you just go. you
Well, it could
either
be.
drop dead or you do whatever.
Well, it's like it could be like a Peter Pan kind of deal. As you leave Neverland, you rapidly age. That's why Captain Hook and the crew can't leave Neverland. If they leave, they die.
Yeah, they do
They're not meant to be able
because
to leave.
that's how the steal Peter's children.
Yeah, they're not meant to be able to leave Neverland, otherwise they'll die because of the aging process in there.
See, there's too much. See,
Magic.
the whole thing of Neverland is weird because in Neverland you're never meant to be able to grow up. Yet Peter was stolen as a baby. He grew to a certain age and stopped. But yet the Lost Kids,
They grow up.
who also no, they didn't grow up there neither. The age they came is the age they stayed. But Peter came at a different age and leaves older than them lot.
But when
Man,
you leave
they-
Neverland, you age rapidly or whatever.
The Peter Land or the Peter Land. Fucking,
Peter
I got
Land.
Family Guy. Family Guy in the brain. It's like I was gonna call it
I'm
Peter
Peter!
Land, but the gay bar down the street already took that name.
Giggity.
Yeah,
giggity,
the
giggity.
Neverland lore is it's all over the place.
Hmm.
You don't know what's going on.
Yeah. It's Quagmire.
Hmm?
You said about
Okay.
Peter Griffin and Quagmire.
I'm assuming you may be done there today.
No, most likely. Unless you want to talk about anything. Did you have a favorite puzzle?
Hmm?
Have you found what puzzle do you like?
Out of I'm not actually that sure. I've not found them all yet, so I've still got more to go through.
Hmm. There was a few that I looked it up and I was just like, yeah, I was never gonna get that ever.
There's a few that I think I know how to do. It's just trying to work it out at this point.
Well, one of them, if you need like knowledge from outside the game for quite a couple of them, you actually can't complete it unless you got knowledge outside of the game.
Fair enough.
That was the. Do you want me to tell you it or not?
No, I'll figure it out at some point.
They give you a hint of what it is, but unless you don't know the hint, you ain't gonna get it. But yeah.
Well, seeing that D is basically done, I will go next. I've been
Okay.
playing a game called Cells.
Cells.
I've only just discovered that it's actually on Steam because
Okay.
I actually have it on my phone, and it's basically a idle game. It's called on Steam. It's slightly called different, but it is played the exact same from what I can tell because I'm looking at it right now. It's free to play.
Mm.
It's basically you start off. Basically, you are in the future, and people want to know more about evolution. So you're put in charge of a system that speeds up time within
Okay.
like this planet or whatever the box.
Is it like the Tiniverse?
Yes, it's like
The
Rick's
battery.
battery. Yes, it's like Rick's car battery.
Yeah, where the Tiniverse is the microverse, and the microverse then becomes a Tiniverse or whatever. It's like what the hell?
Miniverse.
The
So
miniverse.
his miniverse is in my Tiniverse. That's in his universe. That he, yeah, it's a bit like that. And while you're there, you start off basically giving this planet.
Murder.
You start adding stuff to it, like you add some cells, DNA to it. Then after a
Are
bit,
those cells at work?
yes, I
Good.
hope that work because
Do 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 do
So,
do do.
from there you then upgrade. I feel like there should be other paths for you to see how how
Like
different
Spore.
ways it could be upgraded.
Like the Spore thing where you get to choose how it evolution.
A bit like that. Yeah, I think it should be like that, but it's not. But I got it like 2 days ago. I've just been spamming it out when I can. And it's literally you just spam it out. You start off with a planet, and the planet you then add water to. Well, you don't add water. You add amino acid.
Okay.
Amino acid is the first thing that gets added to it. That will give you cell
basically lots
points.
of
You
life.
spell your cell points on. Well, I'm going to call them cell points because I don't actually know what they're called. You
Skill
spend
points.
them on upgrades like to make DNA or to make what the hell is
Oh my god.
and
A new
that
challenger
for
has appeared.
Hello, guys.
the voice everyone can hear it would be the Darius.
Slightly voice.
It's like it. Sorry, repeat that.
There we go.
So repeat that. There we go. Okay, is that what you said?
No,
Yeah.
I think he's been trying to sort his voice out. Oh,
But yeah, you start off with amino acid, and you just work your way up from there. I have started working on dinosaurs.
okay.
I have also started working on marine life.
We don't have the camera.
Everyone
Yeah.
loves
Oh God,
Marine.
he's coming in.
Here he
Do we
comes.
have the? Did you go through the Cambrian period or whatever it was? Like the things
It's
before
the Cambrian explosion.
that one.
I don't believe so. Don't forget, this is all about just trying to get evolution. And Darius, you're just loading.
I know I'm loading.
have
I
the
don't
right-
know why I'm keep loading. I should be loaded already.
Do you have the right output selected? Because I had that
Just
problem.
check your output.
Or not your output.
There
Your,
we go.
your setting.
There we
Oh,
go.
there's two of them.
I still don't
There's
see them.
two.
There we go. Oh God, Dennis is with him. I thought Dennis didn't want to be on camera.
Yes, now. It doesn't have much of a choice now.
So
Hey, Darius and Dennis.
Well, it's got me playing a bird game, so this is better, yeah.
Flappy Birds, Angry Birds.
for everyone who's
Big
watching, the people who have just joined us, that one would be Darius. Would you like to wave, Darius? And the other one would be his little co-partner, Dennis.
Yeah.
Partner in crime.
They are our tabletops players.
Mm.
The main duo for it, anyway. I believe.
At
That
the
was
moment,
what. I believe that's what you have set up, right? You use our tabletop players who demoed most of the time. Who are meant to be demoing games, but I've not seen a video yet.
Yep.
COVID. I'm gonna blame COVID.
Well, it's best time to actually
Uh-huh.
play.
Yeah.
I mean,
Bro,
we've got.
you're not sup-
If
you're
only we,
not
if
supposed to
only we
be here.
had, if only we had some kind of piece of software that would allow us to simulate a tabletop experience without actually going to someone else's house.
I've actually been trying to suggest this to Darius. It's a great idea. So instead of having the hassle of traveling, you just play at home, yeah?
You know that was sarcasm because we do have a
No.
tabletop simulator.
Can you imagine if you had like a 3D?
What? Sarcasm, me? No.
I'm gonna show him the
What am I, Scottish or
tabletop
something?
simulator.
I'm still waiting for it.
Yeah.
You're still waiting for him to show you Tabletop Simulator? Or?
Are you actually showing it now?
Yeah, I'm showing. Yeah.
Yeah, we actually do play. Some of our videos have come through from Tabletop Simulator.
Yeah, we've played Tabletop.
What was
Yeah,
it? Secret Hitler? and stuff like
Ironically,
that.
we were playing tabletop before it was cool.
Look at
Played what was that? King Kong one? King Kong and Godzilla.
King of Tokyo.
Monsters in Tokyo. Oh,
Monsters
King
in
of Tokyo is which is now my family's favorite board game. We play it constantly.
Okay, so Stefan, we're playing Splendor in a bit, yeah?
I'll think about it. So, as you two have just joined us, we're talking about games at the minute. I'm talking about a game called Cells.
Stuff's talking about cells.
It is free to play on Steam, early access at this current moment. I love the fact that Dennis is just mesmerized by the whole thing of Tabletop Simulator.
I'm the caveman in the game industry, yeah?
You're the muscle, Darius is the brain, eh?
It's like, oh, fire! Sorry, Dennis.
You should see Dennis
I get
trying to
this every
eat.
time from you anyway, so...
Yeah. And I'm not sorry about it.
No, it's my own fault.
But yeah,
So let's talk to our new people, because
what's been played?
by the way, we are hearing a bit of a reverberation through you, just to let you know.
You mean like by voice?
We're hearing ourselves slightly. Well, I am.
Are we? I haven't been.
A
I
little
can
bit.
hear me slightly in it.
Right.
Okay. There we go.
Okay.
You're not lighting up when I speak neither. Not as often.
Good.
Yeah.
So let's
Hopefully-
find out what our newcomers have been playing. Dennis,
What?
Darius.
What game have you been playing recently?
Birds, and it's not Angry Birds, guys. It's like educational birds.
I
Okay.
believe I've been to Darius's house. He's tried making me play this, and I just turned around and went, nope.
Wingspan. Yeah, probably. It might be.
The first
Yeah,
question I asked, can you steal from the other player? Boring.
But don't worry. The first thing I normally ask Darius when he
What
goes, "Do you want to play
What kind of
this
game
board
doesn't let
game?
you steal from people? I
Is
mean,
it team based or am I against you?" It's team based with a slight thing to go against people. I hope I'm that one.
All right, so
who's
I'm
going-
against you, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Just
just,
to
you're just fighting for the point, basically.
Yeah, it's
There is no interaction between the players. It's just.
So tell us about birds.
I mean, Wingspan.
Oh, wingspan, is that what it is? So why is he calling it birds? He's confusing me. The caveman. He's
About the
confusing me.
bird.
It's about birds.
It's about
Stop
birds,
birds.
eh? So
So the game is
tell
Wingspan. We got
Yeah,
that.
about
so-
birds.
It does have a bird in it.
I
And
think
eggs.
The game
and
is
cards.
designed for someone enthusiastic about birds, yeah, because it has a description on the bottom where it's originated from such and such. So if you like
Oh, yeah,
birds,
definitely. It's
you're
does
gonna
have,
play the game.
like sweet
Yeah.
spot for them.
Yeah,
But it's still a nice, I would say, engine building game.
yeah.
Hmm.
It's like, for example, Terraforming Mars or lost my mind now. Not sure what everybody else has
Sorry.
played. So it's like you're doing one action on one card. However, this card is linked to other cards, and every single other card is giving you extra bonuses.
Is this like the pack one?
Yes, not really. It's more complicated. It's more complex. It's have more.
With your eggs and your dice and your little tokens. I'm looking up the game right now.
Yeah,
Do you have the little birdhouse to roll your dice in?
Yes, you do.
Oh, that's nice. So I'm
So
just making sure I'm
it
looking
works like
literally
a
on the thing.
dicing tower. So instead
on
of
the
like
phone.
rolling in on the table, you just throw in into the tower. You just have a random results.
Yeah,
Hmm.
from
Scam
some
call.
of the pictures pictures I'm seeing, it does look very similar to, well, not similar, but seems to work on the same type of policy as the park game. I
Yes.
can't. So you use the, let's say, 2 eggs to get whatever, and
Yes,
Them
yes,
guys.
you're using the resources which you need to get, and then you're spending those resources to on other things. So it's
Hmm.
like
so it does work in
we-
that same logic from what I know of.
yeah,
Um,
it's kind of like simple in concept, like get the resources, spend the resources. However, it's kind of hard to master because you need to know, let's say, 50 cards.
Hmm.
out
And
of
you
the
have to aim for
170
certain
unique
cards.
bird cards that are in it,
So again,
there's 170 unique bird cards in it. How many do you know?
well, to be honest, I have like roughly 220 cards because I do have the expansion for it.
Hold,
You got the
hold on.
expansion birds.
Yeah. He has the 170 unique bird cards,
Yeah.
the 26 bonus cards. Do you have
Yeah.
the 16
That's about
autumn cards?
And that's
And then
not
don't-
the
and then
game
don't
you were
forget-
reading.
And then don't forget his 103 food tokens and 75 eggs.
Sounds
However,
like a free.
miniatures.
there are different
It
cards.
sounds like an infomercial. It's just like
Yeah, there are
order
different-
now and you'll get an extra 16 bonus bird cards and 13 extra food tokens absolutely free.
You do have those many cards. However, the cards kind of like repeating themselves.
Hmm.
The art is
I lo-
different. The name of the bird is different. However, the actions,
I
the
love the
cost
fact
is the
the-
same.
this game seems to have 3 rule books. Are the rules that complicated?
No.
No, you've got
It's
three.
even more complicated than
You do have
D&D.
3 rule books. However, there are
Onto
more
the
like one of the
arcade.
rule books appendings. Altogether, it's, I don't know, maybe 15 pages. Gloomhaven have 33 pages. A4.
And I still argue about most things we do in that game when I'm
Exactly.
playing with you. That makes no sense.
Exactly. So it's one of these games which is easy to play, definitely with family. However, it's kind of hard to master to get like over 100 points.
I'd say it's an advanced version of Splendor. It's the
Yes.
same concept,
Yes,
but
it's
not
the
specific.
same concept of resource management. Because that's what it is. It's a nicely designed, nicely drawn game, which
So
is
I'm
basically a resource management.
so I'm assuming this is what you were playing just before you joined us.
Yes.
So that round where I got a message saying 10 minutes took a bit
Yeah.
longer than 10 minutes.
Mm.
Almost 20 odd.
Nice mallard. Fun fact: I used to think that the word mallard just meant male duck. Didn't realize it was like a kind of duck. I
Yeah,
felt very
it's-
silly.
Mm.
It is I was about to say that. When you said it's a male duck, I'm like, no, it's a type of duck. But then I think it does mean both.
That's what I was saying.
Um,
I got learnt.
Mm. To be honest, I wasn't too sure on that one. I can't say I paid that much attention to the species of duck.
not many people do. Duncan here is a duck. I'm not even sure what the word would
The
be.
only ones that I think is I've got a duck
So-
here.
Yeah, there's a
Bef-
duck.
Before I
Duck.
forget, Dennis, do you know who everyone is who's here, by the way?
Not really, no.
Okay, so I don't know how you're watching it, but the ginger one who's on my monitor above me now is Duncan.
Yeah.
Oh, Canada.
And that
Hi,
yeah,
Canada.
from Canada.
Yay.
And to my left
I'm D.
Other side,
would
other
be
side.
D.
And stuff's down here somewhere for me.
Mm.
He knows who I am. I've met him before.
That's good.
Actually, I
Don't
think just
forget
before.
our special guest, Craig.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
afraid Craig doesn't get seen in the video though.
Well,
Craig's
damn
a
it.
silent partner.
Technically, we have met. I have met Dennis before, I think, because you took him to the arcade with us.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Actually, you've met all of these people, Dennis.
Actually, even Duncan.
Remember?
Yeah,
Telling him-
Duncan was there.
Yeah, we went to the arcade.
Numbers.
So
Oh, yeah.
Duncan,
Yeah,
you
my
have
dog.
you've met Dennis before.
How long ago was
Hooray!
that? For?
Yeah.
That was 2017, I think.
Yeah,
It was some year.
Yeah, it was a
I
while
think it was
back.
2017, which would have
this
been
is the
3
day
years
when we
ago.
rush from work to Barry to,
Yeah, straight there.
and he wanted to do something else.
So Dennis would not want to meet us that day.
No, he didn't.
Oh, Dennis,
Oh,
just you
Anti-social.
wait, Dennis. Just you wait. You think I'm mean now?
Whoa. I don't know if you guys have played a board game with Stefan, but I don't know how many times he calls me a moron.
I got into like
Oh.
depends on the game. Like we've played. It's normally though me and Steph end up one of us takes a vendetta out on Steph. It's just like Steph, no, kill
I-
Steph.
Yeah, we definitely killed
Murder Steph early.
6.
Why?
It's basically murder Steph early, and hopefully you don't die because you'd be twisting.
I'm one of them people. Depending on the game, I will twist everything to work against you.
It's
And
like
everything will work for me.
I like the fact that you coerce people and stuff as well. Basically you like playing your mind games and stuff. It's like
I place a seed and then watch it grow.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Those
this.
big
I
brain
was like more risk averse, so I'd be there on the edge of like close to dying, but have most points. But he'll play the long term game and he'll manipulate the situation in a way.
no, just basically you'll just see like this happens and then you'll just see like a turn and he just goes, well, I flick this, everyone's dead.
Yeah,
Okay. It's like, wait, go through that once more, but slower.
Well, I've used this to kill you with this.
What then triggers this effect? What triggers this effect? What triggers this effect?
When it comes to certain games, I'm basically, as I like to call it, the not fun anymore mine, who likes to build. I believe you've met Martin. I know Darius definitely has. I'm pretty sure Duncan has. I mean, that Duncan. Sorry, Duncan. Pretty sure Dennis has met Martin.
Yeah, but he plays like Magic the Gathering a lot, and
yeah, he makes decks for Magic the Gathering that
just
are
not fun.
so mean. they lock you out completely, and you just might as well just be sat there with an empty hand.
It's
You might as well not have a deck sometimes.
It's just like, no, well, you're gonna play this, then I play this, then you play this because I control your hands. So this will happen, this will happen, this will happen, this will happen, this will happen. You're dead. Like, okay.
We're getting way off subject from here. So we're talking about Wingspan
And ducks.
and and Duncan started looking up ducks because that's what Duncan does.
I'm
So,
more of a dog person myself.
So what is it? Did we actually talk about what you do in Wingspan?
Yeah,
Kind of.
Kind of.
In a loose way. You
Apart from you
collect
have
resources and you have
like
food
over
cards.
200 cards.
You can choose one of the 4 actions. So either play a bird, which means play a card from the hand to the board.
Mm.
Then you can take the food. Then you can lay eggs. And then you can draw more cards. The more cards you have on the board, this one of these 4 actions is more powerful. So instead of taking 1 food token, you can take, for example, 3 food tokens. Same with the cards. Instead of taking 1 card, you can take 2, 3, or 4 cards. So that's
it's like a multiplayer game. It's like you think long term, so you're never thinking short.
I would not say multiplayer game, but
No, multiplayer. I mean,
yeah.
yeah. So you're always trying to double stack or trying to get the most bonuses in each turn.
Yeah, it's like chess.
No,
It is. You have to plan in advance.
not really. No, chess is as you go.
So like every game where you have to think in advance is like chess.
No, I think chess is in the moment. It's not a multiplayer game.
Chess is not in the moment game. That is literally think steps ahead game.
Yeah, you meant to
You
anyway.
need to figure it out what your opponent is going to do.
No, but
Because
they're always going to counter you. If you're playing someone good, they're always going to counter you. So
yeah, that's because they're thinking of the steps you're going to do to try stopping them to do this.
yeah.
What you have to do is go, I'm going to put this here. So that means this may tempt this other person to bring this out to try taking that. But if they take that, I might be able to take them by using this.
It's basically
That's
like,
basically the way you meant to play chess.
well, chess is, what is it? After the first X amount of moves, it's like 1 million combos or something daft. Hundreds of thousands or something daft.
It is.
Yeah, that's
After
true.
like the 4th move, it's like there's 100 there's this X amount of variables,
So it's
and then dwindle it down.
infinity
So-
moves.
I have a question for you, and it does fit in with the whole strategy. So who got the free copy of Total War Siege?
Me did.
Have any of you played it yet?
Mm.
So you're one of the 7.5 million people who got it, and you've not played it yet.
I just picked it up because it said it was free.
Is that the Troy?
Yes. Troy Sega.
To be honest, I was put off from what's the company that was giving them out for free?
Epic.
Epic.
Yeah, I read the reviews and I was thinking, dodgy site.
Dodgy.
And I just avoided them. I think they had 3 stars out of 5, and there was a lot of complaints.
What the hell are you reading this from?
I was just reading reviews because I don't like downloading things onto my PC, to be honest. I don't
You've
like
got Steam.
subscriptions signing up.
There's no subscription.
Yeah, there's no subscription to it. It's like Steam.
Yeah,
It's basically the other version of Steam. However, it's brand new one, so they do lack of other features.
yeah.
For example, there is no online saving.
To be honest, though, I've been kind of put off from Total Wars because the AI is kind of just messed up. It's either you can have super easy or you can have super cheaty.
I
There's no
like
balance.
strategy games, yet
Yeah,
I'm not a big fan of the Total War games.
Yeah.
I haven't played it, but
I used to like the previous ones, so Medieval and Rome. I used to like them very much, but the new ones, it's like I'd be playing as like Welsh, and I'd be playing on very hard battle and then medium and politics, yeah, or campaign based. And then suddenly they have 3 stacks, even though they have 1 village with 0 food. Yeah, I'm thinking, where have they got 3 stacks from? There's no logic to it, yeah. So that puts me off. I prefer a realistic game.
I liked growing up. I liked Age of Empires for that kind of stuff.
See, the Age of Empires I like. Total War is one of them things where I don't like the idea of that's your army and you're basically done. That's what I understand. Like Total War's like, you get your army, you send it in, and that's done.
It's a lot of stack fighting. I get that, yeah.
And well, I prefer strategy games down the things of Age of Empires, the Warhammer versions of them.
I liked Dark Crusades for the Warhammer series.
Yeah. I don't like the whole thing of this is your set amount of units, go to war.
It's basically the Dark Crusades was a nice open world map thing. I like the tile set and everything. That and more play Necrons.
I got the receipt for it, so I imagine I've still got the game, yeah. So I thought it was 24 hours for free.
Yeah, it was.
Not that you had it permanent.
Yeah, you do.
You had permanent? Wow.
Yeah, it's 24 hours.
You never said this on the text. You said you just got it for 24 hours. Get it quick.
It's up for 24 hours.
Get it?
Epic likes to do if Epic likes to do a lot of things of free games. Every week they'll change, or every few days they change the games they have for free.
It's every like Thursdays.
Because if you think 30-40 £a game, and they've just given loads, what did you say? 7 million?
7.5 million within
copies
just 24 hours.
At 45 quid a pop.
From my point of view, it's marketing.
But it's also
because they are new. They cannot really compete with Steam and others.
But even if you said 50% off, loads of people would have subscribed. Yeah.
Yeah.
50% off.
Yeah, but then you've got the other thing
to make people own the platform, own the software, Epic Game Store.
It's the same reason why when they first came out, they were the only people who had Borderlands 3.
Yeah, they've been trying to get
they gotta eat that market share.
Basically, they are owners of Unreal Engine. So what they're planning on doing is every single game which will have Unreal Engine will be cheaper on Epic Store than on the other platform.
No, what they're planning on doing is anything that's done with Unique Engine comes out on their platform a year to a few months before any other platform. Well, any online platform.
They have the exclusivity contract for the first few for a while. So if you want to play Borderlands 3 now, you need to buy it on Epic first.
You don't now. It's
not
now
now.
on finger.
It's now on Steam, but that's what happened with Borderlands 3. Do you want to play Borderlands 3? You need to get it on Epic. Or wait 6 months.
At the time you did. So I have a question for Duncan and I forgot your name again. No, not Duncan. Dariusz and
Dennis. Have you noticed
I was like, "Ooh, I'm excited! I get to say something. I get to answer questions."
The question is coming from Duncan.
You know what? Everyone's looking at the cute dog that you've got on you.
Amber.
I'm like, can I take her home with me?
She's a pretty girl. I love her.
So
that's what's kind of doing, grab her.
The question that goes to you, seeing that Duncan asked it before, and no one seemed to have answered him. What would happen if death was death?
Wait, what?
Well, that wasn't really my question, was it?
No, I want to know. I want to know what they. You said what if death was death?
I asked, is death death?
So what do they think?
Are you talking about the person, the Grim Reaper?
The Grim Reaper, is he deaf?
Does it matter?
Because he doesn't.
Does it matter?
The only reason I even bothered asking this question was because some people pronounce death with a th, sort of similar to how you would say deaf with an f. So it's just sort of like is deaf deaf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been speaking to my missus, because she's always trying to change my way of speaking?
No, Dennis. We're just trying to give you a
confirm nor deny.
Vocabulary.
We're just trying to give you a larger range of words to use, Dennis, than you are.
It's like when I was in Edinburgh. There was 2 American girls, and I was with my missus. I said bus station's down there, and they were like, "What? Bus station's down there?" And then my missus said, "Bus station down there." I'm like, "What?
Boost.
You don't understand me."
Boost.
It's like Duncan last week.
Why emphasizing the ooze? I would have think that
I have no idea.
So we've
took
gone
his throat
over
and go
one of the
bus.
Yeah,
of
we're
the
gonna have
Total
It's
War.
all based off what region are you from. Is Northwest they speak quite, I don't know, slangy. Don't know the terminology for it.
So
This is not English speaking podcast, it's a gaming podcast, so
Okay, it still equates to the same.
It's fine. We're having fun.
how
We're
many of you know about the news about Epic versus Google and Apple?
I did post it in the news channel for you.
there is gonna be an epic fight in the court.
Yeah.
Epic, is that a pun?
Seeing that Google and Apple have already removed Fortnite
From the stores.
from the app stores.
Yeah, from the app stores because of the old Epic not giving them money.
No, it was they
Epic
removed
found a
it
way-
over they removed it over Epic bypassing their payment system.
Mm.
So basically, it's like say
It bypassed,
you-
it bypassed their payment system, and therefore they're removing it. So I guess it's like they're supposed to get,
A cut.
give a cut.
they're
a
meant to get
cut Google and
20%
whatever.
discount in game. Fortnite last updated all players 20% discount. So basically, yeah, you basically paid them directly instead of paying it through Google or Apple.
So they found a loophole to get the original payment.
Yes.
So you
by
got the
looks
whole
of
the
it.
payment, and both of them have just gone, nope, we're pulling the services.
Yeah.
We'll pull it off the service. We're pulling the
Wow.
thing off our service.
Well, it would just be the companies asking for a payment. Yeah, this is their hardball way of saying pay us, or we're just gonna keep you off.
I do like the fact I'm reading more into the article of Fortnite first put up. Epic Games has defend that the App Store monopoly is that Apple has blocked Fortnite for billions of devices. Hours after that going up, this went up on August the 13th, so Thursday. So this went up on Thursday. Hours after that, Google just removed it completely as well.
Yep, both of them have done it.
So Epic is with Fortnite.
Yes.
Epic
did
is
Google-
Fortnite, basically.
they
That was
do.
their big
Google-
open game.
It's been marketed to the extent that they don't really need Google anymore. Everybody knows Fortnite. If you want Fortnite, you can just Google it and go.
No, that's the idea, to move Fortnite from PC consoles to portable devices, so you still can have the battle royale on your freaking phone on the metro.
Yeah.
That was the idea, which worked. However, instead of buying the goodies like new shiny outfit
Skins and
on
the microtransaction.
microtransaction directly on your phone, the Epic is saying, yeah, go to this website, buy it on this website, and it will unlock
Itchy.
on your phone.
Yeah.
That's why Apple and Google didn't like. That's why they pull it off. Which I'm not sure how it's entirely legal, any of it, but we're
Well,
gonna
it's
have to
interesting
find out
'cause it's
later on.
It's like on one hand, okay, I understand that the distributor is looking to get their their cut. It's like they're putting up money, holding servers and tech support and all this to
Yeah.
allow these people to put their game on their store and distribute it to a certain demographic, a certain audience. It's like, hey, maybe not everybody's gonna play on PC or whatever. Maybe people are gonna play it on an Apple device or a mobile device.
Yeah, so basically, Google and Apple take 30% from whatever you purchase through them. From what this says. However, in addition, 30% cut taken by Apple and Google.
So they didn't even give them the full 30% discount. It's like, we're gonna keep an extra 10% just for us.
So
all right, interesting.
what they seem to have done is basically just bypass them completely. It's a bit like saying you click on the app saying purchase, let's say, this fancy new equipment. All it is like cosmetic gear. You press that, and instead of it taking you to the Google store to pay for it, it's just taking you straight to their site to just do it through your account.
Yeah.
But isn't this Google's fault for not using the right links?
No, it's the.
If
No,
it's-
this is the game itself. This is what
Right.
they've done in the game.
They've done it in game. They've coded it so it bypasses it.
In the game. So they say in the
I see
game.
it being-
I mean, Google can't make, Google can't remove, text or whatever from the game itself. So it's like, if
Google
it's
are
an
just
in-app
saying,
thing,
"Yo,
they can be like,
we
well,
Well, you can get
Epic
games
can put
through
whatever
us.
links they want in there.
It's basically both of those are. It's kind of like a.
I think if Epic would
It's
stick
I'm not
only to having them as the platform and make the payment not directly through the app, but you have to go to the website and buy it, not being in the game.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then when you log in back into the game, that would be legal.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not entirely
Has
sure
there
how
been
I
a
feel
case
about
prior to
this.
this?
No.
Not at all.
Yeah.
So
That's why it's
Google seems to
interesting.
be complaining about people being able to download the app from other places and bypassing Google completely.
Oh yeah.
That's what basically they've put in a statement. Google's pointed the fact that users are technically installing the app from other locations and using the Google Play Store was a choice.
Hmm.
It added the open Android economy lets developers distribute apps through multiple app stores, it said. So in other words, they're basically complaining about, well, it was a choice for you to use Google Pay on that. But the fact that the app's everywhere. For a game developer who choose to use Play Store, we can set policies that are fair to developers and to keep the store safe for users. While Fortnite remains available on Android, we do no longer make it available on Play because it violates our policies. Apple has just released a statement, just literally saying Epic has apps on the App Store for a decade and has benefited from the App Store economy, including tools, testing, and other things. And they basically turned around and said, "Bugger you to our rules and policies."
Yep. We want.
So I'm not sure who's going to actually win this fight.
It's going to be one of those. Well, technically, but Epic's been doing a lot of kind of like different things this year, haven't they? So there's been a lot of things with Epic.
Epic's dipping their toes in everywhere, and I think they're
Well,
starting
yeah, I
to
mean,
be.
why wouldn't
They're
you? I
starting
mean, when
to a
you've
bit
got a game,
overreach.
when you got a game, I mean, when you got a game that is played by, it's fucking hundreds of millions of people, it's just like, you know what? It's just like, might as well just appeal to every market there is. It's like mobile, you got Apple, Google, Switch, just everything. It is kind of, but going back to this legality of this legal situation with the money and the taking a cut out of there's hair flying everywhere. Out of the thing, I don't know how I feel about this because it's like I understand on one hand I understand the distributor needing a certain cut for providing a service, but on the other hand it's like imagine if like it's very common on YouTube these days for people to have like a main website or an alternative first party platform to promote their contents in addition to being on YouTube because when you have your own platform you don't have to split your ad revenue with Google, so you get more money per view and you get more control over censorship and what kind of rules you can apply to yourself as to what kind of content you put on. So a lot of people have a first party platform instead of in addition to YouTube. So like imagine if YouTube made it a policy that from now on anytime somebody advertises their main channel like their main website or say go to the you know immaterialgamers.com for extra content, uncensored content, etc., and then YouTube was like, "No, we're gonna deprioritize that content. We're not, or we're gonna remove that content from YouTube because you're not you're not going through our platform. You're trying to circumvent the system. You're just fleecing us for views and attention."
Yeah, but
and I'm kind of like.
But that's just the same thing like Twitch would do. If Twitch finds you streaming on other services, and they're basically you're still getting money off them, they'll go, hold on a minute, we're basically paying you to stream on us. You're banned. We're removing you completely. That's against their policies. While according to, from what I've just read a little bit more into some of the statements that Google and Apple have put out, is that that Epic Store are putting users at risk. That is something they seem to be putting out belly thingy, that they are putting users at risk.
What kind of risk?
It just says for store safety and users.
It's basically
In both comments, they both use the same thing of, we are trying to keep our users and store safe.
It's basically if you
And
download
that
it off
somewhere down that policy, they broke. That's how they broke the policy.
It's
For
basically
keeping
Because Apple
users
have
in
their own internal security structure, and that they're trying
Yes.
to remain. Yeah.
It's basically if you go into other websites to download the game that's not Google or Apple, they can't say that this is a safe transaction because it's bypassing the system or whatever.
But how long has this been going on where Epic Games been advertising freely on Google? How long has it been going on for?
Well,
Because
They're
it'll
not
be a
being
big lawsuit if it is, yeah? Because if it's a breach of the terms and conditions, then they're going to get sued for millions.
they do have the Fortnite for like more than a year, I assume.
It's a lot of revenue, yeah? If you think 30% on your overall revenue for a whole year.
On a game like Fortnite, which is making, billions.
It's huge, yeah. This is why.
Yeah, I mean, not billions through mobile exclusively, mind you, but like, even if it was just like, 30% of a quarter of $3 billion is still a lot of money. I can't do the math in my head, but it's still a fuck ton of money.
But if you think of it in terms of revenue, yeah, it's a smarter plan for Google to keep quiet about it and then suddenly bring it up, because at the end of the day, if it goes to courts, it'll be saying, how can you analyze the statistics? How do you know how much revenue actually could have been created for Google? You can't. So all they will do is take the whole budget of Epic Store and they'll take 30% of it.
No, it's
No, it's
at the
just
moment,
from
it's
Fortnite.
when
Yeah,
things
but if
to
you,
Google.
but then again, at the same
Analyze
time, I mean,
You don't know
there's
analyze that.
You can.
No, you can't. Because if
then
someone's
there's
gone
a-
to a different website using what
Oh,
they
you
can
mean
see,
like going to the different website? Yes,
Yeah,
they cannot. No.
you can't.
But you can't wait on something like that. I mean, you can't create a very substantial legal argument when you knowingly let someone get away with something that violates your terms, only to trap them later. Like you would get thrown out of court immediately if they found out that you did that.
It depends.
But
depends.
When someone's breaking the rules, you gotta press them as soon as you find out. Otherwise, your case is going to be weak.
Defense, they're saying, no, if you allowed us to do it for so long,
No, they introduced it recently.
so you would look through that margin then, yeah.
But by the looks of this, LG also went through.
That's Samsung.
Yeah, is it actually Samsung now? It just says LG.
Yeah.
Also reviewed its content with Google, preventing it from adding Epic Games software. So in other words, the software seems to be the issue that they're adding to the phones. Somewhere down the line, it's something to do with the software they're adding to it, and Google and Apple are basically turning around and going, something in there isn't safe for our users, and you've basically done this and you're bypassed. I think it's more the fact there's probably a coding in it that makes you go somewhere else to buy stuff.
Yeah.
Where if you buy a game from Google, you always use Google to pay for it using your Google account. But by sounds of this, they're going, nope, you can just do this.
Yeah, but it's also like, talking back to like the security argument is just like, okay, I'm not gonna pretend that Epic Games is like the most perfect company ever who has never had any scandals along the lines of accidentally publishing people's credit card numbers or accidentally double charging people, or these are all real things that have happened, by the way. They're not perfect people, and I'm not going to pretend that they are. But at the same time, it's like, this is not a security issue. Google and Apple can say that it's a security issue and use that as a substantial secondary or even primary legal claim to help their case. But we all know this is not a security problem. They're upset because they're circumventing their revenue stream.
That's their go-to response every time. Our security is the best. It's 100%. No one's got
absolutely.
Then
They have to. Because if they make it sound like it's all about the money, then they're not going to get any. They're not going to get any sympathy. They're not going to have people on their side.
Yeah, but then it also depends on the contracts they've signed.
Yeah, it's
And
It's all
seeing
gonna-
that when you first go to Google and Apple Store, you're basically signing that contract you're basically saying, I agree to all these terms and conditions. And it's probably somewhere in that if you make money using our service, we get 30% of the cut.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not saying I'm not saying that that's not the issue. We know that this is an issue about them trying to circumvent the
Yeah,
money
it's
the
system.
payment
basically
system.
it's not fair, you're
Their
taking away our
public
30%.
front, their public face is going. Their public case to their loyal customers is going to be, oh, we were just really concerned about your security issue. We didn't want people to leak
They're
your numbers or
bypassing
anything
our
like that.
payment security. They could be someone could be stealing your credit card details, basically.
They could be stealing your credit card information if you going through Google anyway. I mean, what,
Yeah,
is
but then
Google's invincible? I mean,
it's
they've got a
more the
lot more
fact
money to put
Google-
into security. That's probably true, but doesn't
It's
mean
more
they're
the fact, let's
impregnable.
say, if you lost your money using that app through Google because they've been hacked, their insurance pays that back. While if you're bypassing their payment and something happens, their insurance would not cover that at all, and basically they'd be sat there without a paddle.
Well, then you just you stop trying to sue Google and sue Epic instead.
But then Epic could just turn around and go, well, you used the app to do it, so the app purchases from Google, so...
Oh, sort of circular logic. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, it's their fault because you bought it on Google. It's like, or because it's a mobile purchase. It's like, but
So
we got
basically,
it
they're
from
just, in a way,
Google, Epic.
Google and Apple are literally trying to keep you safe and to keep their insurance safe. But I'm assuming their insurance are probably
Allegedly.
a bit ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well, you know, it's all.
We'll just have to see
I
how
do
it
love
develops.
good. I love legal video game battles, especially when
It's
it comes
gonna
to
have to
business
see how it
stuff.
develops and what's
it's
going to
kind of
go
it's
on
my
with that.
it's my area of education. It's what I'm studying. So you know, these sorts of things, these cases, they intrigue me.
Well, you're gonna have to see how it plays out,
So-
basically.
Duncan, I want you to continue watching this, and in future podcasts, if you are running them, I would like you to talk more about this case.
If I remember,
Yeah,
I'll look
definitely
at
will.
it.
I will make sure you remember. Yeah, I'll make it my life goal.
Oh dear.
Your life goal. Wow. So like, once I
Short term.
once we
Short-term
reach
life
the
goal.
conclusion of, I was gonna say, it's like once we reach the conclusion of the story, is that it? You just dead?
No, I appear behind you
got-
like the Grim Reaper.
Got the knife? Just
I'm just wondering, do you all have knives at your desks?
it's my letter
Um,
opener.
No, I have tweezers.
All right,
Manical
let's
scissors.
fight, everybody.
Friggin' hell, I have a
I have
capture to find.
tweezers, some weights, a phone, nail clippers.
I got
screws.
I've got my Manicos stuff, so yeah, I'll Manicol you.
He's got a box cutter. I got this fucking raptor claw thing. He's got tweezers. He's got
I got a
sewing
fork.
needles. Honestly, the
I
fork
think
would
we
probably
should
be more
stop talking
useful
about
than
knives
the
because
the
we like
sewing
water.
scissors.
Oh, I was going to suggest, I don't know if you guys, my main game at the moment is EVE Online, yeah?
Okay.
See,
What's
I've
your-
never got into
Mm.
EVE Online.
It's very grindy, isn't it? So
Mm.
it's going to put off most.
It was more the fact that it told you the controls once. I forgot them and thought, yeah, I'm not going back to this.
Control. For
There's
me,
lots
it's
going
the most
on in Eve.
it's the most complex game I've ever come across. Me, I'm into economic aspect.
Yeah, it is.
So I like the real life economy, yeah, player driven. I've never found a game like it. Never.
There's a few games. World of
Not
Warcraft,
really, because
Speleo.
there's always
Well,
someone.
it's not as much as Eve. I'll give you that one.
Eve's the
Most
complex.
RPG games. So let's say role-playing games. So especially online versions. So Star Wars, the Old Republic. That's
Mhm.
economy based for the market. So's RuneScape.
Yeah, RuneScape's close to it, yeah.
See,
Product
I
control.
preferred the way RuneScape did their economy, because basically, if they noticed the prices of an item was dropping, you could only do this item can only fall in between these prices.
You couldn't bottom the market out.
Yeah,
Well,
you can't like just be an idiot.
I'll never play Universe in Steam.
Well, I'm gonna undercut you by sign. Well, I'll undercut you by 100, and then it just
The other thing you could also do in Runecraft, Minecraft,
Runecraft. Is
Um,
that it's a
RuneScape.
new collaboration?
was if you wanted an item and you had enough to buy the low end of that item, you could put, I want to buy this item, put that on the auction, and someone could come along and go, oh, someone's trying to buy that item for that much. I'll sell it for that much, and sell it.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know if you've heard recently they've created an app, but I think the game is way too complex to actually be an app on a phone.
What Eve?
Yeah, they've created a new app called Echoes.
Eve may as well just be stock. Wolf of Wall Street. Wolf of Wall Street, Eve style.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I quite enjoy it because you'll be in a game, you'll be on Discord or Mumble, and you'll be with thousands of people just all in a fleet. And it's crazy how much you have to actually manage and control on the interface. It's just something really intriguing to me.
Okay.
But I don't think their app's going to work. Echoes
And I sit here and call Dennis daft, and I just can't be asked trying to do it.
Well,
It's just like nobody. Well, Dennis has got the time for
I
this
feel
shit.
like I should just call Dennis daft for even doing it.
It's just basically it is very like it's just Dennis's style of gaming. Then it's the
sometimes it takes your life away. It's like sometimes you get dragged into like literally 12 hours of gameplay, and you're like, freaking hell, where's the time gone?
Yeah,
that can
that's
happen with
I
most
wouldn't
games.
couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I used to do that all the time when I was younger, but it's just like these days I just like I can't play a game that on any given day I could end up playing for 12 hours because like I had to or because I was I had some
got work
obligation
or
to
you
fulfill in the game because it's just like it's never gonna happen. I'm always gonna have something to do. Something's gonna interrupt
After like an
me.
hour or
I'm
so,
gonna have
it's
to get a
like
step away.
it's
get
like an
called
hour
away
or
to do
two in. You're
something.
just like got to feed the dogs or got to walk the dogs or got to do cooking or something.
Or my mom or my mom says, "Oh, there's an emergency at work. I need you to come in for 8 hours." I'm like, "Oh, okay. I guess I'll just do that then."
See, I can do that. I can sit there play a game for 12 hours if I have a goal that I have to be done.
It's like
I want to complete this goal,
Well-
and if it's not complete, I just can keep playing until it's complete.
Well, it's like you with that dinosaur base that you've been building in an arc.
Yeah.
You put a retarded amount of hours into that base, dude.
Ark was like the closest I can get to that kind of game where it's kind of like, okay, I could play a couple of hours of Ark, or I could play 12 hours of Ark, depending on how busy I am, and that's fine. My only thing is that when it comes to games like Ark, I hate playing games like that where I'm just like I play for like a couple hours when we first start, and then like I get busy for 3 days, and when I come back, we're like at like the top tier of civilization because everyone else has had time off for like the last 3 days. I'm like, all right, well, I don't know what to do now because we fucking done everything while I was
You come
gone.
back and I'm sat there on a T-Rex going, hi.
Yeah.
Just toddle off.
With a Quetzal. It's like there's a Quetzal just flying around. Like, yeah, we have a Quetzal now.
It's the journey that's fun. It's the progression that it's fun. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like when we play
Jump straight
Minecraft
to
sometimes.
advanced civilization. I'm like, well,
I think the biggest issue with this is, Stefan, because you're starting in, let's say, even Minecraft, right? You're starting one day, you're playing for like 4 or 6 hours. Then it's enough if you have one day off of that game, so you're not playing Minecraft for one day. You'll log in the next day, and Stefan build everything.
It's like,
yeah.
well,
He's
I've
got
built
a
an entire
3-tier house. It's all redstoned out. He's got several automated farms. He's got
So
effectively an infinite
starting
amount of
the game with
resources
the
for everything we
entry
need.
level of knowledge.
By the time you get on there,
You
he's
don't know
like
how to build
already trying to
houses.
figure out how to. By the time
I've
you log
left
on,
you
he's
alone
he's
to
already
build
trying to figure out how to farm villagers.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I've already got a village farm over here. I've already got a.
See, I've
chimney
gotten
farm
to the
here.
point now if I ever start a new Minecraft, I disappear, and when you find me again, I've controlled this village of villagers, and I'm like, yeah, that's my guy who sells me weapons. That's the guy who sells me armor. Oh, that's the guy I just get books from.
It's like he's got an entire village.
I have done that before. I've actually had a server that I ran, and I found a village that I wanted, and just set that as my main base. And
Yeah, it's just
from there,
basically
I upgraded the village, locked villagers in, made villagers do what I want them to do.
yeah, it's
They
just
become
basically
my slaves.
yeah, it's just basically yeah, what did you do? Oh, he's like, go to bed or something, come back, and it's like, well, look, here's a fortress. It's like, okay.
Well, I can do that even better now because the piglins give you a lot better items in Minecraft nowadays.
Mm,
And all I have to do is feed them gold.
what
And
you
I
get
can
from the
get
gold
gold.
farm?
Yeah, I'll just make a gold farm.
Just make a gold farm out of killing the pigmen.
Easy. Well,
Dennis is like, what the fuck's a pigman?
I guess we stopped talking about
Minecraft.
Eve, and all of a
I
sudden,
played Minecraft, but I think it was years ago when it came out.
Is this before the never?
Game where you got to play it straight through, and you can't really go back to it. For me, I get bored and I have to start fresh every time.
See, I only start fresh when new updates happen.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. We've got so many servers, it's ridiculous. Depends if you're playing the normal versions or the vanilla, shall we say, and then the modded versions.
Modded Minecraft. Or modded servers is what
Modded
we play a
servers.
lot of, more than Finger.
Hmm.
So we are coming up towards the end of time.
yeah,
I don't know how long we'll be.
We're like
it feels like
almost an hour and a half in, so I think we should probably be. We're getting
Well,
ready to
actually,
conclude here.
I started recording a bit earlier, and the record's already at an hour and 17.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Pretty
we are
decent
coming
in
towards
this
the end. We it didn't end with news.
Oh,
we
but,
kind of got into a
1 second.
general video
News,
game
the
discussion afterwards.
lawsuit.
The last bit of news that was put on the news thing, I don't think it's really
Yeah.
relevant. It's not
EA.
really important. I don't really care that their shareholders have refused to pay EA executives a bunch of more money.
It's like we want to pay rise. No.
So, in other words, I like them shareholders.
I think it was something like daft, like 74% of them just went, we want more money. No.
More than 43% of shareholders voted against the say no on pay.
It's just the stupidly high amount, just going, we want to pay rise. No. Just no. You're getting paid.
Are these the news one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that
know,
was
it's
it.
always about lawsuits.
I was about to ask, does Dennis know how to read? Know that caveman?
Say again? Yeah, I know how to read. I just don't know gaming reading.
No, I was let to read. I was let to lead, not to read.
Literally, in that combo, you've got the brains that Darius, and then you've got the brawn that is Dennis.
Uh,
Trust
Found me
me,
at work and hired me as muscle.
trust me. If you're gonna get in a fight, you don't want a Darius, you want a Dennis. Just so you could pick him up by his ankles and use him as a weapon, but.
But yeah, what was it? So yeah, I think are we up to the like, share, subscribe bit?
Yeah, go on, Dan. Send us out.
Well, if you liked what you like watched / heard or whatever, do the like, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell, and it'll be uploaded to Apple Podcasts and wherever you get Spotify and all the podcasty stuff.
Well, we'll be on Apple Podcasts as long as we don't tell them to, circumvent the pay system by going to another website with less
Send us
security.
money through Patreon.
Twitch.
Stop
hear
sending
Patreon-
me messages,
I
by
hear
the way,
Patreon's
because I keep putting them on the main monitor.
I hear Patreon might be in trouble lately. We might have to find alternatives to them.
But
By
no,
the way, this chat that's appearing in the middle of the video, by the way, people, is me talking to Darius, and I'm going to send him a thing of P.
So,
Probably.
Yep, most likely. But
What?
yeah, we've.
No, everyone's watching this. Everyone's seeing what the message he's getting.
Mhm.
Oh, why
That's if
doesn't the Y work anymore? That's evil.
But yeah, basically, if you like, hopefully Ryan has fun editing this stuff when he gets back off R&R.
You wish it was payday, don't you, Darius? So yep. Like D said, like, subscribe, and don't forget. We may
Don't
not
kill each
bring.
other or yourself.
Don't kill each other. What are you on about? I do not promote this. That's
Not-
Ryan that promotes not killing each other. I'm
was my
very,
idea.
I'm very for the purge.
Whoa, what? We're talking about gaming. That's acceptable, but in real life, no.
Well,
What?
don't kill.
I said I'm prepared for the purge. I'm waiting for that day that law comes through where one day a year we all get to kill each other.
You know, I'll be at your front door saying, "Oh, what did you call me?"
You do know you'll be at my front door with a bear trap attached to you, right?
Oh, I'll avoid the bear trap. I'll be climbing through the window.
Climbing through the window. Okay.
No. Wow.
Yeah, expect all the. By this point, Steph would have had it turned into a mobile. If he's anything like Minecraft, he would have it into a
I'd be
fortress.
sat on the roof just watching Dennis trying to climb up this building that's slowly killing him. And by
This
the
is like-
time he gets to the top, of Dennis would be like, "You know what you used to call me?" And I'd be like, "Do you know what's in this bottle?"
It's like let me ask you a question. Let me
And
ask
you
you a
roughly
question,
have
there, Dennis.
5 minutes.
It's like
Well,
Stefan's like, let me ask you a question, Dennis. It's like, is death deaf? Bow and arrow.
Just like it's one of those. Did you touch any of the spike tracks on the way up? Because they were all laced with poison, and they're slowly taking your nervous system down. It's like, bye.
Dennis will get to me, and I'm like, "Dennis, you feeling okay? Do you want the antidote?"
Just pushes you in the forehead, and just Dennis falls over, and
Surprise,
just
it's
like,
actually more
Push him back
poison.
off. Just push him back off. Off you go.
and just see Dennis just like, bleh.
So yeah, I'm gonna call this an end now. So thank you
Okay.
all again. Ryan, we dragged this out as much as we can, and once we let you back into the country, we will let you have the recording. So
All
bye.
Bye.